transgender crisis in America, and that's what I'm calling. You might be wondering, how do trans people have anything to do with you? Listen, I don't know about you, but I plan on having kids one day, and the idea that a man can put on a dress and walk in the same restroom as my daughter, and that just be something that's okay, I don't believe that that's making any sense.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that?
Has been invaded, and it's too mainstream, and it's really warping people's perception on us, and it's really making me very angry, and I'm getting sick and tired of internalized homophobia getting spewed out from these stupid people on the internet. So I'm finna speak my truth, and I'm finna sit over here and not sugarcoat anything I say, so buckle up. So I was doing my daily scroll on goddamn YouTube or whatever, right? And so I was bored or whatever, right? I'm going through my goddamn recommendations or whatever. Tell me why in the hell I see the transgender crisis on my motherfucking timeline. Y'all, I literally was like, damn, bitch, I'm interested. Hold on, let me see what this goddamn boy is talking about, right? Y'all, bitch, I was in for a treat, literally. So I was watching the video or whatever, right? And, you know, literally 39 seconds into the video, tell me why immediately the man starts off with something very controversial. I'm not gonna lie, girl. He said, I want kids in the future. Everybody wants kids. I will hope you will want to keep your bloodline going, right? He said, I wouldn't want my daughter walking into a restroom, or I wouldn't want no man walking into the restroom with my daughter.
You might be wondering, how do trans people have anything to do with you? Listen, I don't know about you, but I plan on having kids one day, and the idea that a man can put on a dress and walk in the same restroom as my daughter, and that just be something that's okay, I don't believe that that's making any sense. Now we're having laws passed that are classifying pedophiles as minor attracted persons and nonsense like that.
My thing is, I'm going to say it like this. The problem that a lot of people have with the trans community is all these invaders that keep coming into our space claiming that they're trans when in reality they're non-binary. What I mean by this is, like, you know, people will say, well, non-binary people aren't fucking trans. They're not a part of our fucking community. There are fucking non-binary people who literally still look like trans, who still have who are still taking the hormones, who shave the beard, who shave the mustache, they look like the fish or whatever, right? Let's not acting stupid like
dresses on their album covers. There's a masculine ideal on one end and a feminine ideal on the other, and we all fall short in our own special ways. That's what people mean when they call gender a spectrum. We know what traits and behaviors go into these buckets, and most of us try to fit ourselves in one bucket. But, of course, some people don't fit into either bucket. And why would they? Our narrow cultural lens can't reflect the rich inner lives of everyone on Earth. Some folks might want to wear a suit with eyeliner and lipstick. They might want to crochet and mow the lawn. Whatever they do, they've adopted a gender identity beyond the fixed binary choice, so we broadly call these folks non-binary. In English, the most common pronouns for these folks are they, them, and theirs. This usage dictionary has a surprisingly deep history of pronouns. We've used singular they for a hypothetical person since the 14th century, as anybody can see for themselves. If you wanted to refer to a specific person of indeterminate gender, for a long time that was he, which caused friction among the non-he's. But singular they has been the prevailing standard in British English since 2000 and in American English since 2020. Prominent dictionaries recognize singular they even in the 20th century. This Random House dictionary, published in 1987, put it best. Such use is not a recent development, nor is it a mark of ignorance. If you have trouble using plural words for one person, well, notice that I said you have trouble and not you has trouble. The Romance languages, like Spanish and French, aren't so generous. They force binary gender on all people, all inanimate objects, and all abstract ideas. I bet language plays a big role in understanding gender, but I can't unpack that today.
And the thing is that people don't understand is that, you know, if you're not welcome somewhere, why the fuck would you go there in the first place? That's just my mindset. If I'm not welcome in the girls' restroom, I'm not going. And I've grown to actually listen to what somebody actually genuinely has to say. Like, if a woman tells me, like, she's physically breaking it down why she genuinely feels uncomfortable, okay, girl, you feel uncomfortable, I'm gonna just remove myself. It's that simple. Like this. Say you post a fucking video on the internet. There is a chance that somebody in the fucking Congress in the United States of America, somebody who's ignorant fuck is gonna see that fucking video and like, oh my god, what is going on with this person? This is what the trans community is, you know, going to now. Oh my god, they're gonna think that's how the whole community represents themselves. That's not how we represent ourselves, literally. He proceeded to go on and say that there are literally laws that are allowing trans people into the women's restroom, when in fact that's not the reality. If anything, there are laws preventing us from using the women's restroom. And I've been saying this till the day I die. If y'all have such a problem with trans women going into the women's restroom, give us our own bathroom, because we're not safe in the boys' restroom, because there's clearly internalized homophobia in the black and white community, Mexican community, all communities. There's internalized fucking homophobia with these fucking men, because they see a trans person and like, oh my God, I'm staring at them, but I actually find them attractive. They start acting fool, and people act like it's not a thing, and people act like, oh my God, y'all are so sensitive, you're men, so just stand up for yourself. We don't have no real trans influencers who are showing us in the right way, like who are representing us in the right way. The only fucking trans influencer to this day who is actually doing a good job of representing us is T.S. Madison. And I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it 100. She's not controversial. She's going to keep it real. She's going to keep it black, and she's just going to keep it blunt. Like, she's going to tell you how it is. And that's what we need more in this community, is people who's going to represent us, stand up for us, and show other people who aren't educated on the trans community as a whole to explain it to them.
The ghetto!
And me as a trans woman, I gotta keep it 100% with y'all. Like, I've been saying this, and I will say this till the day that I die. I understand that I would never be a woman. I understand that, but I'm a trans woman. I'm going to walk comfortably in my trans identity, and I'm not going to stand down for anybody. I will not be silenced. I will not let nobody control me and my goddamn trans identity and tell me that I'm fucking less than, and tell me that I'm fucking delusional. I'm not fucking delusional. I'm trans, bitch. I'm not a woman. I'm a trans woman. And if y'all would allow me to have my own gender affirming bathroom, I wouldn't even have to go into the girls' restroom and have this debate with any of y'all. Literally. If y'all weren't so worried about somebody else's fucking life and worried about what they're doing with their own destiny, this is my path. Why are you so worried about somebody else and what they got in between their goddamn legs? And why are you so worried about what somebody else is doing with their life? I never understood that, literally. But no, like, people act like, trans people don't go to fucking therapy. In order to get gender affirming care these days, you have to go to a therapist. Now, like, if you're 18 years old, it became so accessible for you to hormones if you want to, but that's when you're 18. If you're a minor, you have to go to therapy. You have to go to a therapist. You have to be assigned, and you have to be diagnosed with gender dysphoria. That is an actual, that's an actual diagnosis. You have to get diagnosed with that. People just put on the title that gender dysphoria because they see the internet and they're like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. Or they see in the mirror, they're like, oh my God, I look ugly. Whole time, you just haven't grew into yourself. Literally.
Didn't try to force it and indoctrinate other people with this ideology, it would be 100% fine. That's cool. Honestly, I love everybody, dude. I love everybody. The only issue I have is when you try to force this not only onto other people, but other people's offspring. Especially the kids. This should not be taught in schools. This should not be something that the kids have to deal with. They shouldn't be dealing with anything sexuality oriented ever as children. As children, this is not right. This is sick. This is sick. Kids need to be worried about playing video games and going to after school practice with their friends and getting their heart broken and learning different lessons about life. Like, worried about apple juice. They shouldn't be worried about sexuality or sex at all. I don't know why this is such a hard thing to grasp, but the issue really stems from when they have this emotional perspective on something and people affirm it. Oh, you feel this way? Act on it. Great. That's how school happen.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
But socially transition is a wholly, completely different thing. I feel like a child should still be a child. I feel like a child, that's something I do agree with him on. I feel like a child should be able to play in rocks, go outside. And like I keep saying, you're worried about other people when you need to be worried about your own community. You need to be worried about your own community. This is our community, okay? I've been saying this for the longest. People need to stay out of the trans community. It's way too mainstream. It's way too mainstream. And I've been saying this. This is the problem now. I've literally been saying people need to figure themselves out before they medically transition, because once you medically transition, in my eyes, there's no going back. People need to get off of Instagram. People need to get off of social media, because I used to have this type of mindset like, oh my God, this shouldn't be taught to kids, because I would see this on Instagram, I would literally see like classrooms of kids, and I see the trans people in the background, and like everything's just showing. Like, I was like, what the hell? Like, people act like it doesn't happen. Like, the trans community likes to look over those things, but it does happen. All you have to do is fucking Google. Don't Google on TikTok because they like to suppress it. You have to genuinely Google. Go on Reddit. Go on these websites. You have to Google this stuff up because it is there. It does happen. It doesn't happen as frequently as these type of people like to sit over here and say it does happen. It doesn't happen as frequently because the typical trans woman isn't worried about somebody else's child. I'm not worried about your damn child. I don't give a about children. I don't care. Literally. My nieces and nephews. I'm not going to sit over here and go around them and talk about my goddamn transition. No, I'm just auntie to them. I'm just Zaya. I'm not going to sit over here and tell them every goddamn thing about my goddamn transition. That makes sense to tell a child about your trans identity. That doesn't make no sense. They're a child. They're not going to understand that. I always say, do what makes you happy. Don't fucking listen to him. I'm serious. Because 5 to 10 years from now, he might not even have the same damn mindset. Literally, look at him. Literally. Oh my God, I can't stand people like this. You grow as a person. Do what makes you happy. Everybody wants to tell the next person what they can do with their life, but you need to do what makes you happy. This is your life. You make your own decisions. And when you're 18, that's on you. If you want to go do gender affirming care, that's on you. Can't nobody tell you what to do with your life because that's coming out of your pocket. I'm not paying for nothing else. Literally, I'm not telling the next person, oh my God, go sit over here and defend. I'm gonna defend myself. I don't know about y'all. All I can do is give you advice, but I'm not telling you to go do it. Do what makes you happy, girl. I've always said that. Do what makes you happy. You only live once. The problem that a lot of people have is that they miss the opportunity and they suppress themselves and they want to hide themselves because of what the next person thinks about them, because of what society is telling them. It's wrong. It shouldn't be like this. You're delusional. You have a mental disability. I don't care if I have a mental disability. I'll be the baddest being mentally disabled. I don't give a I don't care. I love myself.
And if you call me a bitch, make sure you put baddest in front of it. Whack asshole.
And what bothers me the absolute most is everybody in this Bible. Stop reading the Bible. It's been rewritten so many different times. You go to a church. Okay, I would rather listen to a pastor because he's saying some real shit than reading something that's been rewritten several different times. Literally everybody keeps saying, oh my God, don't affirm these people because of their delusions. Be truthful to them. I've been truthful with myself, honey. I was born a man. I'm not stupid. I accept it. Oh well, you just mad because my thing is bigger than yours at this point. And what I really want people to understand is that when you go down this trans path, there is no going back. Like, this is an everlasting journey that people truly don't understand. And that's why I've been preaching to everybody, don't rush your transition because you will end up hurt in the long run. Literally. Do what makes you happy. When you're grown, that's on you. I swear to God, that's on you. Be educated. Do your research when you're getting on hormones. Do your research when you're getting surgeries. Do your research when you're getting gender affirming care, because there are things that the trans community does not tell you.
And I want to say this before I get it. Being trans is not a lifestyle. Being gay is not a lifestyle. Being trans is a life choice. You make this choice to come out. You make this choice to transition. You make this choice to live authentically you. I hate when I hear people say that this is such a lifestyle. I hate when people think that it's a lifestyle. It's not a lifestyle. You think that I chose to be trans? No, I chose to come out as trans. I chose to live my life comfortably as trans, and I chose to be very tough in my skin. I don't want to continue to keep fighting for my rights, and I don't want to continue to sit over here and keep explaining myself and explain that I'm a human being who deserves respect and who deserves to be seen and heard. It's just common sense, and especially because you're a black, dark-skinned man, you should understand discrimination. That's all I gotta say. You just threw me with your whole video, literally, because it made no sense.
I love you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I know I'm gonna get canceled, so bada bing, bada boom. I really just want to make this video basically reacting to him and saying what I really want to say. Girl, I said what I wanted to say, but I had to censor myself, so bada bing, bada boom. I gotta go.